Previously, on the practice.
I was at the preliminary hearing where you testified that your father shot your mother.
And that wasn't the truth.
Why would you wait till now to change your story?
I just couldn't go through with it. What do you think I should do?
Well, I would normally advise you to tell the truth. But if the truth is something different than what you said at the prelim, telling the truth would expose you to perjury charges.
He's my dad.
If it wasn't true, what really happened?
I was angry. My father pulled the gun on me, then I basically attacked him. Look, I'm sorry about all of this, but it really was an accident.
We find the defendant, Gordon Armbrust, not guilty.
Gary Armbrust, you're under arrest for the murder of Charlotte Armbrust.
What? What's going on here?
By his own testimony as well as his father's, the gun went off when he attacked his father. Accidental shooting or not, felony murder rule applies.
What is she talking about?
You're looking at an automatic life sentence, Gary. That's what I'm talking about.
Is this true? Could I get life? Tell me! What the hell is going on?
Basically, felony murder. If in the commission of a felony murder happens, they can get you for murder even if it's accidental. Intent doesn't matter.
Well, what was my felony?
Your attack on your father. The DA's calling it aggravated, which brings it up to felony. Which means she can push through with felony murder. It's completely bogus, Gary. She is punishing you for refusing to testify against your dad.
Well, can this stick?
I'm bringing a motion to have it kicked, and I hope the
Why
judge...
didn't you tell me they could do this?
It's an outrageous charge. She is angry.
You told me that I was facing perjury, Eleanor. That's what you said. And now I'm going up on murder. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm gonna take care of it. She knows you didn't commit the crime. It is completely punitive. I'm going to take care of it.
Forget it.
Come on, Helen, you
Your
know
kid
this...
made a choice, Eleanor.
My kid? I took him at your request to advise him against perjury. You never threw out the possibility of felony murder.
Because I hadn't thought of it then.
This is prosecutorial misconduct, and you know it.
Eleanor, bring your motion. I'm not letting him go.
Helen, listen to the sound of your voice. You've lost your way.
Somebody was murdered. Somebody's gonna pay for it. That's my way.
A little motivated.
So, we're continuing on with the kid?
Well, I guess I'm still his lawyer. This is a nightmare.
Anybody want an attempted murder? I got Sybil Boyle from the PD's office. They got a guy who's fired 6 lawyers. Trial starts tomorrow. They're looking to Lou Jack.
Tell him thanks, but no thanks.
I'll do it. Attempted murder beats paperwork. You know, Rebecca, when you were office administrator, you'd kick and scream at all the pro bono stuff. Now that you're a lawyer. Like you all say, it's good experience.
Well, I got her on hold here.
Tell her I'll do it.
Okay.
She was convinced she'd look better with higher cheekbones. I thought it ridiculous, but...
But your wife wanted them.
Yes. So she went in to get implants. They told us it would be pretty routine.
They being...
Dr. Leach and the others at the hospital. She went in on a Monday, had the surgery on Tuesday, and came home that day.
And everything seemed okay.
Well, she was swollen and in some pain, but they gave her medication. Everything seemed okay until Wednesday night.
What happened then, sir?
She complained about having a fever, and then suddenly just blacks out. I called 911, and the paramedics came. They said she had no pulse. They brought out those shock paddle things and started jolting her. And then they stopped. She was gone.
Did Dr. Leach offer any explanation?
He said she got an infection.
From the operation?
He didn't know. He said she could have gotten it at the hospital or she could have gotten it at home. He said these things happen sometimes.
But you believe Dr. Leach did something wrong?
Yes.
Why, Mr. Minor?
The way he told me, the way he cut our conversation short ever since, the way he wouldn't talk anymore. He did something wrong.
Mr. Little, my name is Rebecca Washington. I'm your new lawyer. I understand you've had some difficulty with your 6 previous lawyers. Anything in particular they got wrong? I'd like to get a head start.
I didn't like him.
Okay, well, since your trial starts tomorrow, I need to get up to speed. So, according to the officers, you fired a revolver at them. Did that happen?
No.
Okay, 2 officers are testifying it did. Do we have anybody on your side to say it didn't?
No.
Okay.
This charge is clearly punitive. The district attorney has no good faith belief that the defendant is guilty of felony murder.
Defense counsel has no foundation to evaluate my good faith belief.
She was prosecuting the father for murder.
The defendant admitted to attacking his father, causing the gun to go off.
But you don't believe that, Helen.
Again,
you
you're a
argued to
mind
the jury.
reader.
No, I have ears. You stood in front of the jury and you said that Gary Armbrust was making this whole thing up to spare his father a life sentence.
Counsel, these are questions of fact. The boy stated under oath he assaulted his father. That's enough for me to hold him.
Even assuming that to be true, felony murder still doesn't apply. That law was designed for robberies or kidnappings, rapes, felonies for which it is foreseeable that a murder could result.
You charge a man with a gun, it's foreseeable it could go off.
I would also remind the court of the merger doctrine. The Felony Act has to be independent of the killing for a felony murder to apply. Here, it was the alleged felony itself that caused the death.
And Massachusetts has never recognized the merger doctrine.
Can I finish?
Actually, you have. I'm denying the motion to dismiss. Charges stand. The defendant will be held without bail. We can conference Wednesday to set a trial date.
This is a railroad.
What? Excuse me?
This boy is being charged with a crime we all know he didn't commit.
Well, next time he should think better of confessing. Next case.
She had gone into septic shock. That led to full cardiac arrest, which ultimately was the cause of death.
And, Doctor, do you have an opinion as to what caused Mrs. Minor to go into septic shock?
The blood tests show a massive infection caused by Streptococcus bacteria. This would explain why her fever spiked.
And, Doctor, do you have an opinion as to how Mrs. Minor became exposed to this bacteria?
It had to happen during her cheekbone implant operation. The likelihood is there was some contamination in the operating room.
You can establish that for a fact?
Well, we can't say it to a medical certainty, but since all other explanations have been eliminated,
No autopsy was done on the patient, was there, Doctor?
No, and there should have been.
Well, without an autopsy, we can never really know for sure what killed Mrs. Minor, can we?
When a post-operative patient goes into septic shock, within 48 hours
Move to strike,
of the
non-responsive.
operation,
Move to strike. Overruled.
People should not die from cosmetic surgery.
Did you ever examine Mrs. Minor, Dr. Reynolds?
No.
You ever meet her?
No.
Ever see her body after the death?
No, but that has...
You answered the question, sir. Are you being paid for today's testimony?
Objection.
Overruled. Are you being paid, sir?
Yes.
How much?
$7,500.
How many court cases do you testify in per year, do you...
Objection. This is completely irrelevant.
I'll allow it. How many cases, sir?
I have no idea.
More than 50?
Probably.
In fact, that's what you do, isn't it? You're a hired gun who goes from courthouse to courthouse. You're on every plaintiff attorney's list, aren't you?
Objection.
Sustained. You have no evidence that my client did anything negligent, do you, sir?
When one of his patients dies...
Please answer the question. I'm not asking for any assumptions. You cannot point to any specific incidents of negligence with respect to Dr. Leach, can you?
No, I wasn't in the room.
Thank you, Doctor.
I was going to visit a friend.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then?
I heard shots. I ran. They grabbed me. What, that's not in there? Those other 6 lawyers didn't take notes?
The police said you...
I know what they said. Didn't happen.
Okay. The friend you went to see, never saw him.
I had the wrong address.
Okay, can you tell me anything else?
Nope.
Okay. I want you to think about something. That building was dark. The police were shooting. Self-defense is a possible option.
I said I didn't do it. Are you deaf? Are you deaf?
No, I'm not deaf. Please don't scream at me. Given your felony record, my plan is not to have you testify. If you take the stand, all your priors can come into evidence. So for now,
I don't plan to put you in the witness chair.
Thank you for seeing me. I thought if we all got in a room, I think we can all agree there's been a certain level of frustration at work here.
Why are you frustrated, Mr. Hunter? You got an acquittal for your client.
Yes. If you proceed to try Gary for felony murder, that would obviously be pretty disturbing for Gordon. And who knows, he might even get up there and testify that he shot his wife of his own accord. No provocation from Gary.
In which case, I go after him for perjury.
This really is not about threats. I came in here to make an offer. Certainly, if Gordon did give that testimony, implicating himself in a crime for which he's already been acquitted, then double jeopardy would mean...
Get out.
Here is the offer. Gordon will accept a year on a perjury charge. I'm sure Miss Frutt can convince Gary to accept a one-year sentence also on perjury. That means no one walks off free, and the public and you can feel some sense of vindication.
How dare you come in here and even suggest that?
Helen.
And you.
Look, I didn't know what he was going to say. He's the guy you want. A year is better than nothing.
Your guy's getting life, Eleanor. Life. As for you, I'll figure something out.
You're not going to figure
Get
any...
out, Mr. Hunter.
I am making an offer
I said get out!
Can I talk to you outside of this case for a second?
No.
You could destroy yourself with this. Don't let that...
Eleanor, please leave.
There was some kind of panic.
By panic, you mean?
Dr. Leach came rushing in. It was about 20 minutes after the call that Mrs. Miner was dead. He huddled up with Dr. Morganson, Chief of Staff.
Did you hear what was being said?
Objection, hearsay.
Excited utterance?
I'll allow it.
What did you hear, Mrs. Henderson?
Well, Dr. Morganson was already upset over another patient who died. It's not like him to become animated, but he was here. He was demanding lists of surgical teams, and he wanted an M&M conference that very night.
What's an M&M conference?
It's a mortality and morbidity conference. Doctors convene secretly to discuss the cause of death of patients, often for unexplained deaths.
Do you know the results of this meeting?
No, the contents are secret. Nobody but the doctors ever finds out what goes on in there.
Thank you.
Gee, you make it sound like a big conspiracy. M&M conferences are routinely held at hospitals, aren't they, Nurse Henderson?
Yes, but this was...
Thank you. And one of the reasons that they have these meetings, among others, is so that doctors can freely swap information to learn. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
They have these meetings whether things go wrong or not.
They seem to have this one in a hurry.
Well, is it possible Dr. Leach was upset about the death and he wanted to find out quickly if something went wrong? Is that possible?
Yes.
And here you are, presenting a doctor's concern about his patients as something incriminating?
Doctors have two kinds of expressions. One is concern for the patients. The other is concern over liability. This seemed to be the latter.
So, you based today's testimony on your ability to read an expression.
I was there, Mr. Walton. Something was wrong.
But you weren't in that operating room, were you, Mrs. Henderson?
No, I wasn't.
Thank you.
We had driven into the middle of a gang shootout. We pursued several suspects on foot into an apartment complex. We entered into a lobby area, and we became immediately under fire.
Did you see who was firing at you?
That man.
Just a little.
Judge, this man is lying.
Your attorney will have opportunity to cross-examine. You will remain quiet.
What happened next, officer?
We returned fire, at which point he dropped his gun and began to run for the stairwell. We entered the stairwell. We encountered him coming down. We told him to freeze. He took off up the stairs. We pursued him and caught him and placed him under arrest.
I never had a gun.
Mr. Little.
I never had a gun. I wasn't even on that balcony. I was just going down the stairs.
Take him out. Out. Take him out. People like you need to respect this room. This isn't the street in here. You don't get away with that. Miss Washington, I'll see you in chambers. Mr. Thompson, you too. You've You've got yourself a problem, young lady.
Yes, Your Honor, and for the record, I don't think you handled that too deftly.
What should I have done? Asked him about his childhood? His mother? So here's your problem. In addition to his general scumhood, his yelling in court, in my mind, is the equivalent to testimony. The DA is now free to cross-examine him.
Just hold on a second.
He yelled that he was not on the balcony and that the officer was lying. That's testimony.
But he wasn't under oath.
The jury heard him.
If you force him to take the stand, all his priors can be admitted.
Well, isn't that tragic?
Your Honor, at this point, I don't want to cross-examine. Now, this case is pretty straight for us. The last thing I want to do is give them grounds for appeal. And you forcing him to take the stand?
Well, that's your call. But for the rest of the trial, his hands are cuffed to the chair and his mouth is taped.
Your Honor, that would be so prejudicial.
It's not up for debate.
When I learned she had died, I, of course, was devastated. In addition to being my patient, Mrs. Miner was an extraordinary person. We were all quite fond of her.
Dr. Leach, what happened?
I don't know. We've been through the procedure over and over and over. Everything went according to plan. Nothing indicated...
You've heard the suggestion that Mrs. Miner may have picked up the infection during this procedure.
The room was sterile, Mr. Walton. Whatever happened to Mrs. Miner, it didn't happen in that room.
Well, could she have gotten the infection elsewhere?
I don't know what happened after she left the hospital. What happened at her home. My dialogue with Mr. Miner stopped at that point, so all I can tell you, whatever caused her to die, it didn't happen in that room. Sometimes people die, Mr. Miner. And sometimes there's no explanation as to why.
People don't just die.
Mr. Miner.
They don't just die.
Mr. Miner. Doctor, please don't address the plaintiff.
This judge isn't going to go for any of that stuff. You have to stay quiet. We're lucky the DA didn't take him up on his offer and put you in the chair to be crossed. Can you at least look at me? If your prior felonies come out, you can forget it. You got 2 assaults, 1 with a deadly weapon. That's all the jury needs to hear. Now, I'd like to take a shot with a plea. If we can get 8 years, I think we should take it.
You're still deaf.
Byron, I'm not saying you did it, but with the evidence...
I did do it! Bitch! You stupid bitch! You're just like the rest of them. But I bet you hear me now, huh? I bet you hear me now. Come here. Come here. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off. Get off of me.
Hey.
Don't start.
I'm gonna start.
Lindsay.
Just listen first, okay? Then I'll shut up. You don't believe that kid had anything to do with the murder. You're punishing him because he screwed up the prosecution of the father, and in part, you're punishing Eleanor for not convincing him to stick to the truth. You're coming from anger.
Don't tell me what...
I will tell you, because I saw it. I know what happened to you when you lost that nun killer. And I could see what was happening when this case started to go south, and I see you now. And I know how this thing will play out. If you try him on felony murder, he's going to stand up and tell the real truth, which will be consistent with his statement to the cops and his testimony at the prelim. You will never get past reasonable doubt, and you'll be stuck going after him for perjury 6 months from now. Drop the felony murder. Let him cop to the perjury now. Then go to the gym and hit the heavy bag. It's the only thing you can really do. Helen?
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Do what?
This job.
Helen, this is just a couple of fluke cases. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why did you schedule an M&M conference the very night Mrs. Minor died?
Because, as I explained, her death upset me. I wanted to make sure we didn't cause it.
Did you?
No.
That was the conclusion reached in the M&M conference?
Objection. Those meetings are sealed. Counsel is trying to get the witness to waive the privilege
If it's no, it's no.
I object to the trick. He knows the meetings are secret. He's trying to exploit the secrecy to make us look like we're hiding something.
Are you a fortune teller now?
All right. Sustained. Mr. Donald, continue.
You wanted the meeting that night because you were urgent to find out what happened.
Yes.
Did you recommend to Mr. Minor that you do an autopsy?
He didn't seem to want that.
My question is, did you recommend it?
I don't think I did.
In fact, didn't you say to Mr. Minor and his daughter, we can do an autopsy if you want, but it won't bring her back? Weren't those your very words?
I don't remember, but it's possible I said that.
Sounds almost like you were discouraging an autopsy.
The blood work reveals she died of a bacterial infection. We didn't
But you
feel
didn't
that there was
know
any...
that at the time you discouraged the
I
autopsy.
didn't discourage it. I just didn't push for it.
You didn't push for it. That doesn't go with this urgency to find out what happened. Was the urgency to conceal what happened?
No, that isn't what
Why
happened.
was Dr. Morganson so upset? Did he know Mrs. Minor?
He was upset because another patient had died. And this news on top
He
of that...
knew something went wrong, didn't he?
Objection.
Patients don't just die from cheek implants, do they, Dr. Lee?
Objection.
Something went wrong.
Mr. Donald.
You say you want to know what happened, but you don't urge an autopsy. There's a late-night secret meeting.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Mr. Donald, that's enough.
Is it your testimony that you have no idea how she got this fatal infection?
That's my testimony.
He pleads to perjury. We go right to sentencing today.
I'd want to be heard.
You can be heard, but...
Why rush it? We might as well...
We do it now, or there's no deal. It's just, I want this to be over. And you should want it to be over, too. Because the longer I live with it, the angrier I... There's an offer before you. Take it or not.
And what would I get for perjury? It's discretionary, but I think I can make a pretty decent argument to the judge. And we have to decide today? There is really no decision, Gary. If we don't plead to the perjury, then the felony murder charge doesn't get dropped, and we can't risk that. They've got you dead to right on perjury anyway, so there's no real reason not to jump at this. Why do the sentencing today? The DA wants to put this behind her, and so do you. Now, there's a chance we can get you out of here, so let's just do it. Okay.
I fired several shots, at which point he dropped the gun and ran into the stairway.
The defendant?
Yes. We then entered the stairway on the lobby floor, met him coming down. He started going back up, but we caught him.
You say he started shooting at you as soon as you entered the lobby.
That's correct.
And you immediately returned fire.
Yes.
At which point he dropped the gun and ran into the stairwell.
Yes.
Any prints on the gun?
None that were usable.
The look you got of him on the balcony, that was 3-4 seconds?
I suppose that's about right.
With a gun barrel pointed in your direction.
Yes.
And the stairway was behind him. Is that not right?
Yes.
So he turned and ran with his back toward you.
I suppose.
You suppose? Did he backpedal or did he turn and run?
He turned and ran.
And how were the lights up there on the balcony?
We got a good look at him.
It was dark, wasn't it?
We saw his face.
You say we like you're speaking for Officer Gibson. Did you two go over your testimony?
Objection.
Sustained.
You said in your statement there may have been others on the balcony, but it was too dark to tell. Was that your statement?
Yes, but we got a good look at him.
You don't settle down, Mr. Little, I'll remove you. Don't think I won't have you hauled right out of here.
Mr. Stanton, I'm Bobby Donald. I called. Our information shows that your daughter died on the same day. There's been testimony that the chief of staff was very upset about it. I'm not entitled to see her medical records without your permission.
And what does Carol's death have to do with your case?
Well, maybe nothing, but that's what I'd like to find out.
I'd like you to please leave, sir.
Mr. Stanton, a woman died here.
A woman died? That's why you're here? You're concerned about a woman's death? My daughter died, Mr. Donald. We're finally at a point where our lives have resumed, and you happily come along to dig it all up because of your deep concern over
Daryl.
some... No, he's here about money.
You think twice about whether you want this kind of visit. Our daughter was 19. I'm just trying to represent some people with a claim against a hospital.
Carol! I'm so sorry. Carol's death was devastating. She was our only child. And the idea of reliving her death, it was just so...
How did she die?
She went in for minor surgery and got some post-op infection.
I want to find out how many people died in that hospital a week before and a week after. Get the names. Just listen, Lucy. Get the names and have Jimmy, Lindsay, and Eugene contact the families and find out how they died. And this has to be done now.
Rebecca. We may have a little bump here.
What do you mean, bump?
There was an internal police investigation regarding the shooting. I just found out about it, I promise you. Here's the report.
The shooting surrounding this arrest?
Yes. Officer Helms evidently once claimed he wounded the suspect on the balcony. Now, he's since backed off it, but blood was found on the balcony. The sample was lost.
Excuse me, lost?
I don't know what to say. If you want to move for a mistrial, I won't oppose.
We're not having any mistrial.
What?
We're late into it.
If the man on the balcony was wounded, then that clears Byron Little.
The officer said he was wrong about wounding him.
Oh, come on.
You expect me to throw out an entire trial
First of all, the state has a duty to turn over all exculpatory evidence. I'm just getting this report now.
He just got it.
Second, this is material. This completely affects how I would have cross-examined Officer Helms.
You can recall him.
And they say they lost a blood sample. I need time to investigate.
Look, counsel, they caught your man running down the stairway.
But he's been saying he wasn't the man on the balcony, and that blood may prove it.
How? The officer claims he did not wound the suspect. That means the blood is irrelevant. I'm not throwing out this trial.
You can't be serious.
Look, young lady, you may be used to having your clients freed on stunts and technicalities, but not in my court.
They withheld material evidence.
The trial goes on. You can recall the officer and recross him. That's all.
Did he lie under oath? Yes. Are there mitigating circumstances? Of course there are. His mother was murdered. He was turned into the star witness against his father, a father who he had an estranged relationship with, a father, as you can see by the psychiatric reports, Gary lived for his approval and rarely got it. Here he is, a kid with a drug history, emotionally unstable, being asked to put his dad away for life. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. The law insulates us from having to testify against a spouse. Well, a son's connection with a father can be just as powerful. Gary Armbrust isn't a bad kid, Your Honor. We all know that. He just couldn't go through with sending his dad to prison.
Yes. The law does protect spouses from giving testimony against each other. But there's no such immunity when it comes to father and son. And they don't get to just make up a law because in their minds the love is just as powerful. What's at stake here is the integrity of this process. He committed perjury. He lied under oath. And if we tolerate it, we have to consider the worst-case scenario. The day may come where witnesses lie to help free premeditated murderers. This case is the worst-case scenario. A murderer is walking free because the defendant committed perjury. Your Honor, you and I walk into this courtroom every day without clients. In essence, we work for the room. What he did to this room, and technicalities and Fourth Amendments, he killed her and stuffed her in a closet. He killed a nun.
Helen?
I'm sorry. He lied. We work for the room, Your Honor. We work for the room.
I did say once that I thought I wounded him, but I was wrong.
And what suddenly convinced you were wrong?
When we caught him, he wasn't wounded, so I obviously was wrong.
Or maybe the man you shot at, the man shooting at you, was not the same man you chased in the stairwell.
No, it was him. I saw his face.
And what about the blood that was found?
That was old, dried blood.
In this report...
I first thought it was fresh, because in my excitement, I thought I wounded him. But it was old, dried blood that had been there.
And did you test this blood to determine...
Objection, relevance. Sustained.
Your Honor,
the jury
they
will
testified there were
disregard
others
any
on the
mention
balcony. The
of blood. It
sample-
has no relevance whatsoever. Counsel, step up.
Those blood samples could exonerate my client. He can't know it's old blood, and the fact that those samples were somehow...
There will be no mention of blood. It's not relevant. And if you mention the police losing it, you buy yourself a jail cell.
I am just trying...
This trial will not be prevented by sleazy defense lawyering. I've had about enough of you already, damn it.
You need to take some time off.
Yeah. I'm not losing my mind, Lindsay.
You just mixed up defendants. You called the perjurer a nun killer, Helen. I'm worried about you. You've had this look in your eye lately and your voice. Will they give you some time off?
I think so. It's just not fair anymore.
What's not fair? Tell me what's not fair.
My sister has a radio.
Your sister has a radio?
She has a nice job at an insurance company. She gets to sit at a desk. And she plays her radio. She can hear music during the day. Just once, I'd like to turn up the radio in that room. Sing the bad days away. Sing away.
If I have to take you on vacation myself, I will. You definitely need some time off.
Four patients in 3 days. All routine surgeries, all dead from streptococcus sepsis. Your hospital had a bacteria.
4 cases does not constitute an outbreak.
All the same strain? In 3 days, and you don't tell him? He asks what happened, you just leave that out?
The other patients have privacy rights. I just can't reveal their case histories.
Is that what you're going to say when I recall you? $7 million today, or I notify the health marshal.
That kind of threat could get you a trip to the overseers.
I'll risk it. I'm tempted to call the district attorney. This borders on corporate murder. You had a lethal strain of bacteria killing patients, and you sat on it? The health marshal might close your doors to investigate it. $300,000 a day, that'll run you $2 to $3 million, and that's just an actuals. The long-term damage could be worse. That's probably why you concealed the outbreak in the first place. You were afraid the health marshal would move in. You'll pay the $7 today and be grateful, and I don't care how you split your policies.
You still haven't established negligence as to her cause of death.
I can establish a cover-up, and that's all I'll need, and we all know it.
I ask you what happened, and you look me in the eye and say, I don't know. You look me right in the eye.
Because of him, Arnold. We get sued for everything because of lawyers like him. Every patient that comes to the door, we have to look at as a potential plaintiff. There was nothing I could say after that could bring her back.
So why even volunteer the truth?
Yeah, sometimes we lie, Mr. Donnell.
Milton.
I'm talking in general. Lawsuits have driven the truth underground, Mr. Donnell.
Well, this one dug it up, didn't it?
I'll have to discuss all of this with the board before I get back to you.
You're authorized to settle.
Not at that amount.
Well, then go talk to them.
I thought he was a good man.
He probably is. That's what's so sad about it.
How did it happen that we can't trust the police? I mean, this is an institution that's supposed to protect us. I don't doubt these officers think Byron Little is the guy. They tackled him in the stairwell after they saw the man on the balcony run into the stairwell. It's completely reasonable to believe it must be the same guy. Hey, I did. I mean, one look at him. He looks like your typical urban criminal. He acts violent. And we all know our Honorable Your Honor thinks he's the guy, too. But mistakes and cover-ups, those are two very different things. One of the officers said he wounded the suspect. Blood was even found on the balcony, though it's been deemed irrelevant for the sake of this trial. But when they examined Mr. Little back at the police station, they found no wound. And suddenly the officer amends his account and says he must have missed. And they march into this court and positively identify him as the shooter. They see him 30 feet above on a darkened balcony for 3 seconds tops, all the while being shot at, and yet they're positive. Not it looked like him, not it was probably him, definitely him. How can that be? And why start hiding internal reports from the defense lawyers? Why forget to mention the blood? Why come in with all this absolute positive eyewitness accounts? Why forget to tell us, oh yeah, one of our officers who was so positive wasn't so positive before he changed his mind? Why not just be upfront with what you got? Why? Because without all that absolute positive stuff, they lose him. They lose the guy they think did it. And let's be fair, they lose so many. And I know it turns stomachs. It's turned our Honorable Your Honor stomach so he thinks nothing now of taping criminal defendant mouths shut, handcuffing them, making them look guilty. Hey, it's his court. He's old. He's probably had enough and he doesn't care. But the thing about juries, it tends to be their one and only time serving this process, so they tend to take it seriously and not just rush through it with a bunch of assumptions. And therein lies Byron Little's only hope. It's not with the police. It's not with our Honorable Your Honor. It's with you. You have two choices here. You can hold up the oath you took at the beginning of all this, or not. Maybe guys like this, we're not supposed to care.
Two eyewitnesses saw him shoot the gun, saw him run into the stairwell. They pursued him into the stairwell and caught him. Sometimes we just want things to be all juicy and complicated when they're not.
I am mindful of how difficult it must be to be faced with testifying against one's own father.
especially when that testimony could result in life imprisonment. But I am also mindful of the court's need to assure the integrity of this criminal justice process. Perjury is to be taken very, very seriously. I know you know this. I know you were apprised of the risks. Nevertheless, you chose to assume those risks. In fact, given these warnings, your commission of perjury was particularly knowing. I sentence you to 20 years at Cedar Junction. The sentence is to begin immediately. Bailiff, we're adjourned.
We'll appeal. Gary, I want you to hang in there. We're going to appeal. We're going to appeal.
How'd it go?
Not good.
Tell me.
He's just a kid. He got afraid at the last second. He didn't want to hurt his dad.
What'd he get?
Maximum 20 years. God, Eugene, what have I done?
Hey, this isn't on you, Eleanor.
If I would have come down on him harder, if I would have just anticipated a felony murder.
This isn't on you.
He's going away for 20 years.
Will the defendant please rise? Has the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
We have.
What say you?
On the matter of the Commonwealth versus Byron Little, on the charge of attempted murder, we find the defendant not guilty.
Unlock him. Let him go. Jury's free. We're adjourned.
You're welcome.
I'll ask you one more time to reconsider.
I've given it a lot of thought, Mark.
I know this,
And both you and Scott vowed from the onset it would be my decision.
which it still is. But as DA, Scott's the one who takes the heat for
I
all
don't
of
mind
this.
taking the heat.
Can I give the speech one more time, just to be sure that I have made the point?
If the point gets any more etched in my brow, I'm gonna need to take time off to get Botoxed, but okay, go ahead.
Aside from the First Amendment issues, to be prosecuting a news magazine for murder...
Accessory.
You'll never win. And even if you should, the appeals would go on through the SJC all the way to the Supreme Court.
Great, I'll get to meet Rehnquist. Always had a crush.
Helen, it's the taxpayers' money. Can we really justify spending $10 million to secure a conviction that's going to be struck down?
My speech?
Sure.
As a result of the actions of that television producer, a woman is dead. It was a criminal act. I only wish I could make a case against the whole network.
That kind of comment.
It is still my decision, right?
Yes. In part because you'd crucify Scott Colby in the press if he reneged.
Well, whichever way we get there, wish me luck.
Wonderful.
both out to lunch.
Come on.
There is speculation that if the executive producer of Timeline is found guilty, a civil lawsuit against ABC will follow.
Many think the district attorney is prosecuting the producer first, hoping an accessory conviction against him will bolster chances of getting a murder conviction against the doctor.
You're actually doing this. Prosecuting a news producer for murder.
Accessory.
Accessory to murder.
Which he's guilty of if he encouraged it.
Well, this will certainly give you your 15 minutes.
You think that's what this is about?
No. What is this about?
I won't tell. But if I were to tell, what would I say you were doing?
I'm taking some ballroom dancing lessons. My son has these dances, so I want to teach him. First, I have to learn how.
I can ballroom dance. I could teach your son if you want. I really wouldn't mind.
Are you any good?
Did you announce yourselves as police officers as you entered?
Yes, we did. We yelled police freeze. The next thing, he was shooting.
The defendant?
Yes. I was wounded in both the shoulder and the leg.
The warrant was for the house next door.
Yes.
You made a mistake.
Yes, but that doesn't mean...
Thank you, Detective. You answered the question. Now, when you charged into the wrong house, almost instantly, my client began shooting.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
And your men returned fire.
Yes.
Wounding my client.
Yes.
He was shot 3 times.
I believe so.
You basically charged into the home of an innocent person. Shot him 3 times.
Objection. Sustained.
That's all I have.
We'll take a break until 1 o'clock. Mr. Donnell, I'll see you in chambers a minute. For the record, I won't allow any more arguments in question form. All lawyers love to do it. You seem particularly fond of it. And I'm putting you on notice right now that I'll be cutting you off in open court.
I don't think I've been any more argumentative than the district attorney.
Well, I think you have. But I'll be shutting her down, too, if we come to that.
Is that all?
No. Could you sit? This is a little awkward. I take pride in adhering strictly to ethical obligations. And as gray as this is...
What's going on?
It has absolutely no bearing on this case. Well, I suppose the easiest way for me to say it is for me to just say it. About 6 weeks ago, I had what I would consider to be an extremely erotic dream. And you were in it. I won't go into the details, except to say that you were quite well represented. The problem is that I shared this with Judge Hiller. She and I are friends, as you know.
You told Judge Hiller?
Oh, she's more of a sport than you think. We had a couple of schoolgirl chuckles. Anyway, as you also know, if there's anyone more insistent on ethical obligations than I, it's Zoe. She came here yesterday, and she said, given that I had a sexual fantasy involving one of the lawyers on a case over which I'm presiding, I should perhaps recuse myself. I thought the idea ridiculous, and I said so. But, as she pointed out, a judge has the duty to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Now, it has no influence on this case, but I felt that perhaps I should bring it to your attention, and if you feel that I should recuse myself, I will. But
If it has no bearing...
It doesn't.
I think the trial is going well for my client.
Well, it would definitely be unethical for me to comment on that.
If you don't think it'll interfere with your ability to be impartial, then I'm okay.
Fine. That's all then. Bobby, this, of course, is extremely sensitive, not to say embarrassing. If you would mind not telling anybody.
And you're sure this is what you wish to do?
Yes. And God is sure.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Mary? The drug will take effect almost immediately. I have the tape running, so...
I've said my goodbyes. I just want to die now.
Remember, there'll be 2 different injections, and the second one will put you out.
There is one last thing.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was it. Mary Burlington closed her eyes and went from living to dead.
How long have you been a producer on Timeline?
Almost 3 years.
And in your capacity as producer, did you have the occasion to meet Dr. Ryan, the physician featured in the tape?
Yes, he came in for a meeting in November of 1998.
Who was present in the meeting?
Myself, Dr. Ryan, and John Matlin, our executive producer.
Could you describe the context of the meeting?
Well, Dr. Ryan had just recently been acquitted for the 3rd time for assisted suicides. He was basically proposing that he be the subject of an in-depth interview, a profile sort of thing.
How did Mr. Matlin respond?
It was negative. He said the physician-assisted suicide thing was a tired issue, and unless there was a new spin, he wouldn't be interested. He also felt that Dr. Ryan was just trying to promote his quest.
So he said no?
Yes. But then, as Dr. Ryan was about to leave, John said, "You don't have any of these assisted suicides on videotape, do you?"
What did Dr. Ryan say to that?
He said no, but I could see his wheels spinning.
Objection.
Sustained. Jury will disregard that statement.
Miss Kramer, could you describe the tone of Mr. Matlin's question to Dr. Ryan as to whether there was a tape?
In my opinion, it was the equivalent of a suggestion. He was basically saying, if you have it on videotape, we'd be interested.
Objection.
Overruled.
Do you think the defendant encouraged the tape?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
I'll ask again. Is it your impression that Mr. Matlin encouraged Dr. Ryan to get it on tape?
Yes, it was.
He didn't say go out and get one on tape, did he?
No, not in those words.
And when he was referring to videotape, he was talking in the past tense, is that right?
Yes, but as I said, I felt an implied suggestion that this doctor go out and do something in the future.
And that bothered you?
Yes.
And after you heard what you believed to be Mr. Matlin encouraging Dr. Ryan to go out and tape an assisted suicide, what did you do?
What did I do?
Yes. Did you protest to Mr. Matlin? Did you say anything to anybody at that time?
No.
Well, I guess it didn't bother you that much, hey, Miss Kramer?
Objection.
Overruled.
After hearing what you believe to be somebody encouraging a suicide, you just sit tight. Is that the honorable thing to do?
Objection.
All right, Mr. Robertson.
Isn't it true that it was only after the negative public response to this broadcast that you seized the opportunity to go after my client?
That is not true.
You like John Matlin, Miss Kramer?
We've had our differences.
Ever try to get him fired?
Objection.
Overruled.
Did you ever try to take his job, Miss Kramer?
Our differences were professional. It has nothing to do with me sitting in this chair today.
No, of course not, because you are an honorable person.
Objection.
This is just political, isn't it? Or should I direct that question to the district attorney?
Objection.
Sustained.
And after Dr. Ryan came back with the tape, having committed this terrible crime that you think your boss motivated, did you resign?
No.
You still with the company?
Yes.
Gee whiz. Nothing further.
You're calling the doctor?
I have to.
This case will be tough enough without relying on a hostile witness, don't you think?
I have to establish that a crime was committed, otherwise I can't make accessory.
But why should the doctor help? He goes on trial himself.
He doesn't care if he gets convicted. He's a martyr.
Helen, he's a hostile witness who could destroy your whole case.
Let him try.
What is with you?
I heard that.
Your Honor.
Oh, great. 6 years I've been riding this elevator. I don't think I've ever been on it with you. Make one lousy confession.
Well, it's...
I do apologize.
It wasn't something you could avoid.
Well, isn't that a vain take on it?
I didn't mean it that way. I meant it was a dream, not something you did consciously.
It's just, it was so vivid.
I'll see you in there.
Yes.
That's it. You should also listen to the music. I'm
listening.
It should be noticeable that you're listening.
What's going on?
Dancing lessons. He wants to learn, and I figure it's a good way I can get some extra time with him.
That's it, Kendall. Excellent.
He did not tell me to go videotape a death.
Why'd you do it?
Because I chose to.
So it's just a big coincidence. The defendant says to you, have you got one on tape? And suddenly you choose to turn on a video recorder.
Objection. This is her witness.
A hostile witness.
Who, nevertheless, should be allowed to finish his answers.
I agree.
You were seeking news coverage, weren't you, Doctor?
I don't deny that. But it certainly played no part in my decision to participate in euthanizing Mrs. Burlington. And I take extreme offense at your suggestion.
The issue of euthanasia, you feel strongly about this, don't you, Doctor?
Yes, I do.
You're passionate about this.
Well...
Do you do anything else? Do you treat patients as a physician other than to help them die? You're passionate about this.
Yes.
In fact, a segment on Timeline would be huge exposure for you in this issue, wouldn't it?
That's not why...
The question is, would a segment on Timeline be great exposure? Yes or no?
Of course.
Do you think your passion for this cause could have possibly made you slightly more inclined to put Mrs. Burlington to death?
No.
Objection.
It was her decision, Miss Gamble. The tape clearly reflected that.
Don't you think patients are influenced by their doctors?
I will tell you, in this situation, like every situation, the patient was of sound mind and free will when she decided that she wanted to end her suffering.
She was of sound mind?
Yes.
You think suffering people are of sound mind? ever known pain to compromise a person's judgment, Doctor?
That wasn't going on here.
I heard her say on that tape that God was sure it was time for her to die. What did she mean by that?
Well...
Did you even bother to ask what she meant?
Objection.
Overruled.
Or did you have to run out and kill somebody else that day?
Objection.
Miss Gamble.
How long had you been treating Mrs. Burlington?
Not too long.
More than a year?
No.
A month?
A few weeks.
A few weeks. Can you say you truly knew this woman?
I knew and trusted her decision.
Doctor, don't you think you should at least know the person before you inject them with the fatal drug?
Objection.
Miss Gamble.
If there was a cure for Mrs. Burlington, do you think she would have wanted to die?
Probably not. But there was no cure.
How many doctors did you talk to before concluding there was no cure?
ALS is known.
Did you call Johns Hopkins, UCLA, the Mayo Clinic? Did you do any research as to whether a cure or any experimental drugs would be viable within a week, a month, 2 months?
It's my understanding there is no such cure or drug.
It's your understanding, Doctor. Don't you think you should make absolutely sure before you kill her?
Objection. This man is not on trial
She
here.
wasn't even in the final stages of ALS, was she? She could still talk.
She was suffering.
Do you have any experience with direct patient care?
No, but...
And you have no expertise with pain management, do you? You just kill people.
Objection.
Miss Gamble.
That's why you'll be prosecuted next month for murder.
Objection.
Sustained. Miss Gamble, you're getting off track.
Way off track. You lost sight of the track, Helen.
Really appreciate the support, Lindsay.
Helen, I'm not here to beat you up. Whatever your feelings for the doctor, this case is about whether that news show aided and abetted a murder. It's Matlin's state of mind that counts. Convincing the jury that Dr. Jekyll in there is evil won't buy conviction against Matlin in this trial. And for you to be losing sight of that... This is about your grandmother. About you hating doctors for pulling the plug on her.
I agreed to pull that plug.
You didn't do anything. You were 17. This isn't something you should be playing out in that room.
The defendant encouraged a murder.
Then keep it about the defendant.
It's irrelevant.
That's for a jury to decide.
It is not, Gene. Relevancy is a bench call. The jury...
And how about letting the bench make the call? I'll take it to Benny. If I think it's
Your Honor, whether or not he had a valid gun permit, it doesn't make any difference.
Then why are you so concerned?
Because she's putting it in to make my client look like a bad guy.
I'm putting it in to show your guy has a thing about guns.
Oh, please.
I'll admit it to Benny. If I think it's prejudicial, I'll strike it later. It's not a bill with much of a ding, counsel. Let's go back in.
It's irrelevant, and you know it.
I think I am going to recuse myself. I keep thinking about you. Do you know what it probably is? It's that stupid cologne you're wearing. My husband wore that. We even buried him in it. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis. Anyway.
Well, it'll probably be a mistrial.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, what reason will you give a mistrial at this point? It'll be on the record.
I don't know. Maybe I'll say I've taken ill. Oh, what a mess. You know what Zoe said to me? She said, Roberta, your heart would never go anywhere uninvited. And then she said, are you sure he doesn't have a little crush on you? That's not the case, is it?
Well...
I don't mean to embarrass you. What? Is it so totally nuts, you and an older woman?
No.
You can be honest. I'm recusing myself. Have you ever fantasized about an older woman?
Jacqueline Bissett.
Jacqueline Bissett. And not me.
Well, I mean, you're the judge. Even if I would never with the judge, it's probably the rope.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for being human. We'll be getting you another judge.
Thanks.
The idea that I solicited that tape is beneath comment.
And what exactly did you say to Dr. Ryan?
I asked him if he had a videotape. Past tense. I never directly nor indirectly suggested that he go out and get one.
Why'd you ask if he had a tape?
I won't deny it might have made a difference. A man has a videotape of an act of euthanasia. That's news.
So it would be fair for Dr. Ryan to leave your office with the idea that a videotape, that's news.
Ms. Gamble, a convenience store is held up. It doesn't get airtime. But caught on camera, it leads. We're a voyeuristic nation. Are you going to hold me responsible for that?
See, the difference is the prospect of news coverage doesn't encourage 7-Eleven robbers. They're after money. Here you offered Dr. Ryan exactly what he was after.
That is absolutely false.
You knew this man was on a mission to legalize euthanasia, and you sent him out of your office with the idea that some videotape would make a difference.
I did not say go out and kill somebody.
How long before Dr. Ryan returned with the tape of Mrs. Burlington's death?
I think about 10 days.
10 days. Let me ask you, on average, how long does it take to produce a typical segment for broadcast? And by that I mean research, writing, shooting, editing.
Pre- and post-production take about 2 months. Research varies. It can take about a year.
When Dr. Ryan returned to your office with the tape, how much time elapsed before it aired?
This one was short.
How much time between the time you got the tape and the time it aired?
About a week.
Do you recall when it aired?
November.
November. Did you tell him you needed it for sweeps?
Good. Try to avoid my feet if you can. Watch this, Eugene. See what a quick study he is.
Look, Dad. I'm doing it.
I can see.
Not so close.
Like this.
Okay, Eugene, why don't you dance with him so I can see his posture?
I don't want to dance with him.
It will just be for a second. Kendall, you lead.
You're terrible.
Let me get warm.
Terrible.
We're dancing?
Ms. Ward, please call your next witness.
Your Honor, ex-party sidebar.
Quickly.
What's going on?
I thought about it all night, and I really do feel I can stay impartial. In fact, I know I can. And if you don't mind, I'd like to spare myself the embarrassment.
Your Honor.
Look, if you have even the slightest suspicion that my work is being affected by my hormones, bring a motion for recusal. I will take myself off. Is that fair?
I actually live right across the street.
From the defendant?
Yes.
And did you ever see the defendant and John Marks together?
Well, sure, they were neighbors.
Friendly?
Yes.
Mr. Barton, did you have knowledge that Mr. Marks was in the drug trafficking business?
Assuming facts, not in evidence.
Sustained. The jury will disregard the question.
Do you have reason to know what Mr. Marks does for a living?
He deals drugs.
How do you know this?
He told me.
And what else did he tell you?
Well, I asked him if he was ever afraid of getting busted, and he said sometimes. But he could always hide his stuff at Bob's house if the police were ever...
Objection. Hearsay. Move to strike that.
Declaration against interest, Your Honor. Exception to the hearsay rule.
What declaration?
Mr. Marks said this in a context while admitting he was a drug dealer. Now, that's either an admission or it's a declaration against interest. In either case...
That statement is so prejudicial and unreliable.
I am overruling the objection.
Your Honor.
The objection is overruled. Sit down, counsel.
My mother wanted to die. She was in pain. She didn't want to be a burden. She made the decision to die.
Mr. Burlington, you've heard the prosecution's suggestion that your mother may have died as a result of this television broadcast.
It's not only ridiculous, it's offensive. It trivializes her and her decision, and I find this whole trial to be repugnant.
By your own statement, you said your mother went back and forth on this, didn't she?
Yes, but she was clear in the end.
She was clear in the end, but do you make room for the possibility that after she talked to Dr. Ryan, that first meeting, she became more clear?
I don't know.
Well, did she have any fear of being euthanized?
She had concerns of pain. Her biggest was, what if it doesn't work? And she ends up comatose.
So it would be fair to say that he had some influence.
Your Honor, I have to object. Dr. Ryan is not on trial here.
I'm establishing that Mr. Matlin's influence on the doctor resulted in the doctor influencing the patient.
All right.
She was more certain of what she wanted to do after talking to Dr. Ryan. Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
What do you mean she hit on you?
Well,
While she's the judge on your case?
she was going to recuse herself, and then she thought it would have no effect.
Bobby.
Well, I don't think it'll have any effect.
What exactly did she say?
Listen, it's not important.
I just want to know exactly what she said.
It started with that she had some kind of erotic dream about me, and then, I don't know, she couldn't stop thinking about me.
And she's still on this case?
Lindsay.
Does this just happen? Women come up to you and tell you that you're in their dreams?
Can you guys keep it down?
She didn't have to tell me. I mean, she wasn't admitting any bias.
Bobby, how can this woman be the judge on your case?
Lindsay, I keep talking to you as a colleague, and you keep coming back at me as a girlfriend.
Well, I've got problems as a colleague and a girlfriend.
Just forget about it, all right? Just forget about it.
Shut up! I'm trying to do a closing. Go scream somewhere else. What the hell's wrong with you?
Is she okay?
No.
Am I from another planet? The news, the press, they say I'm nuts to prosecute. My own boss. What am I missing? Wasn't this the equivalent of a hired hit?
A hired hit? Helen, you don't really believe the defendant wanted somebody to get killed,
What did he think he would do, Lindsay? He was reckless. He knew this wacko doctor would do anything to get on the news.
So maybe they were stupid or negligent. But an accessory to murder?
These people don't know their influence, Lindsay. Not the news producers, not the doctors. They don't realize. Maybe if some DA had the guts to go after one of these doctors, then maybe...
Maybe what? The doctor who upped your grandmother's morphine drip would have thought twice?
Old people, they're impressionable. Especially when they're sick. And when they hurt. And when a doctor says, hey, it's okay to die.
Helen, at some point you have to let go of this.
She looked at me. She said, it's right. It's time to leave. But there was something in her eyes. Something said, tell me otherwise.
You were a teenager. Your mother, your father, your aunts and uncles, there were a lot of people she talked to.
But I'm the only one who really knew. She didn't want to be a burden. She thought it was her duty to die. And these doctors, they make it okay to die. And then old people somehow begin to think it's their duty.
Whether that's true or not, that isn't this case. You've got to go in there tomorrow and do a closing on this case. It isn't about your grandmother, and it isn't about that doctor. Helen, you're prosecuting a news magazine for murder. Do you get that?
I never offered to hide his drugs for him. That's just a flat-out fabrication.
Mr. Harbin, the question on everybody's minds. Why did you start shooting that night?
First, I didn't know they were police officers. I just heard noise. As soon as the door came open, I saw a gun. I grabbed for mine.
And opened fire.
Living next door to Mark's, I did know how he made his money. I knew the kind of people that came calling over there. It made me nervous. I have a family, and when I heard yelling and doors being kicked down, I thought, oh God, what's happening? And as I said, as soon as I saw the gun, I just... better them than me.
You have a permit for the gun?
No. I would never be able to get one to carry. And in that neighborhood, I wanted to carry.
And when you saw the police uniforms, what? You thought they looked fake?
I started shooting before I saw uniforms. I was afraid.
You ever have occasion to shoot somebody else before, Mr. Harbin?
Objection!
Did you shoot at a man walking his dog?
Objection!
Pattern.
Prior bad act.
Pattern.
Counsel, approach.
2 years ago, he shot at a man he claimed he thought was a prowler.
Oh, come on, that's completely inadmissible.
This man shoots first, claims fear later.
I'm not going to allow it, counsel.
Your Honor, I'd ask that you declare a mistrial. There's no point.
We're not going to get that.
The jury heard that.
And I will give them an instruction, but we're not calling any mistrial.
It's a legitimate cause for a mistrial, Your Honor.
I've made my ruling.
Timothy McVeigh made the covers of Time and Newsweek 7 times. Jeffrey Dahmer, that serial killer that ate his victims, he made it too. Did they commit their crimes for fame? Well, I seriously doubt it. But there are a lot of sick people out there looking to be noticed, hoping to matter. Well, what about that guy that says to himself, Timothy McVeigh got famous, so can I. Should we hold Time and Newsweek liable for his crimes? The gang member in L.A., he's sure to be in front of the television at 11 o'clock to see if he made the news. Everybody wants their 15 minutes being on TV. It's almost as good as a reward. Should we start holding the news companies liable for the gang member's crime? I suppose we could. The whole point with terrorism is to make a statement. Without the news, there's no effect. Surely, if we outlawed the coverage of terrorist attacks, terrorism would go down. Well, why don't we then? And why stop there? We could kill all the stories that lead to copycat crimes. The Pentagon, I'm sure that they would jump at the chance to squash certain reports in the interest of national security. You want to go down that road? Because you can. We can start legislating the news business like any other. Decide what you should hear and what you shouldn't. You want to go down that road? Clearly, the prosecution does.
If a network news executive said to a terrorist, get one on tape and we'll lead with it, we would absolutely prosecute the executive, trust me. Dr. Ryan left John Matlin's office with a message. Videotape one, you get your profile. That's encouragement. By their own admission, they knew this doctor was on a quest to promote euthanasia. This doctor's a zealot, willing to be arrested, willing to spend his entire life in jail, anything for the cause. And what do? They hold out a carrot for him to commit the crime again. Incentive equals encouragement. Would Dr. Ryan have killed her anyway? Maybe. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. As the judge will instruct you, we don't have to prove, but for the defendant's actions, there would have been no crime. All we have to show is that it was possible that this encouragement could have been effective. And of course it could have. And this doctor certainly got what he wanted, didn't he? Mary Burlington is dead, and Dr. Ryan got on for sweeps. Freedom of the press is not absolute, ladies and gentlemen. And freedom of speech doesn't give you the right to facilitate a murder. And believe it or not, winning your time slot doesn't get you off. We all sit back and say, look what journalism has become. You have two choices. Go back to that room and continue to sit back, or don't.
Aggravated assault? There's no way we can't jump at it. Those were police officers.
But I panicked.
Robert, you shot a detective. Add to that the statement that you hide the guy's stash.
I never.
But it's in evidence. And the jury heard about you shooting the dog walker. Listen, I've been doing this a long time. We should take the aggravated assault. The only reason it's being offered is because the DA is convinced she'll never beat us. But she's wrong. She'll win this.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
You didn't tell him?
No. Should I? I don't think. None of her rulings were clearly in error.
But they all went against you.
Not all. She shut down the dog walker incident. She didn't let it come into evidence.
Yeah, but like you say, the jury heard it. And she wouldn't give you the mistrial.
What judge would call a mistrial at this point in the trial?
So you've got nothing concrete that she's doing anything wrong, aside from hitting on you.
Right.
But you can't be sure.
Right.
This is what you get by not getting her recused when
I don't want to embarrass her. She's a good judge.
If this were me, a male judge, admit
with
that.
a grain of salt.
Lover spat.
Sorta. How's it going?
There's a verdict. Jury's back in 10.
You said you teach him.
I know, but it's just...
But what? He's loving it.
That's the problem, Eugene. He's liking it a little too much.
What are you talking about?
He kind of got excited.
Well, what do you mean, excited?
He grabbed my butt a little.
He's barely 11.
Well, he's a man.
I heard you're entering a play.
Did I have a choice?
Is there accusation in that tone?
The statement from the neighbor was hearsay. It shouldn't have come in. Nor should the prior bad act.
You made those objections. They're on the record, which means you can appeal them.
A little tough after we plea.
Don't enter one, then. Problem is, you know my rulings will hold up on appeal.
I know they might. They're close. You could have gone either way.
And what? You expected me to go your way because I like your glutes?
I didn't expect you to retaliate for my not liking yours.
I can take rejection as a woman, Bobby, but I don't much care for being criticized as a judge.
You erred as a judge by asking me out.
Which I freely admit, but my rulings were legally accurate and completely independent of any personal feelings.
I can never know that, can I?
Make your appeal, then.
I never will know. That's a criticism, Judge.
Has the jury reached the verdict?
We have.
Will the defendant please stand? What say you?
In the matter of Commonwealth versus John Matlin, on the count of aiding and abetting a homicide, we find the defendant, John Matlin, guilty.
Order. Order!
Honor, the defense asks...
Denied. Bailiff, take the defendant into custody. The jury is dismissed with the thanks of the court. We're adjourned.
Well, they think about 2 weeks for the Boucher trial. No, manslaughter. Well, it's pretty straight ahead, but there's a lot on forensics, so who knows? Yeah. No, that'd be all right. We'll put it on the calendar then. Really? No.
Previously on the practice.
What? There's a head in the bag.
It's the woman I met at the bar last night.
What are you doing with her head?
I don't know. Somebody put it in there.
George Vogelman, you are under arrest for the murder of Susan Robin.
Give me one reason I should speak to you.
The reason is I don't think George Vogelman killed your daughter.
Your buddy George has a little home video library, Eleanor.
This isn't that perverted.
If this gets admitted into evidence, George is going to look like a sicko.
Let's mark up a motion to suppress.
Some of the tapes involve sexual scenes which border on sadomasochism.
This is a homicide case. It is not a sex crime.
I want to see the specific tapes we are talking about before
You
I
would.
make... Eleanor? I will see the tapes in question. Then I'll make my ruling.
Anderson Pearson, my stuffed shirt professor, he just shot somebody, dead.
Did you think he was about to kill you or your wife when you pulled the trigger?
Well, no, not at that second, but...
So you do have some memory of what you were thinking?
I didn't consciously pull it. It just went off.
You're trying to squeeze in self-defense, counsel.
We're not.
It's a nice try.
You are shutting down our whole defense.
I want our objection noted for the record.
So noted. Step back. On the charge of murder in the second degree, we find the defendant, Anderson Pearson, guilty.
Possibly spread a few more papers in some places I can see the floor.
It's only for a couple of days, Helen. It's not as if the floor is clean underneath.
This is the Pearson appeal?
Yep.
You know, Lindsay, I don't mean to sound pessimistic.
Then don't.
Okay, could you at least clean the floor a little? This is a first date tonight.
So?
So, I'm not gonna bring a guy into my bedroom on the first date. If we're gonna go to town, it's gonna happen right here on this rug. Kidding, a joke. Come on, think back to when you had a sense of humor. When was the last time you even laughed?
Probably college. I came home one night, and there you were going to town with some guy on the rug. Kidding. I thought you swore off blind dates.
I did, but Lisa Nicole promised I wouldn't be disappointed. Here goes.
Helen?
Absolutely. Hi.
Hi. Ready?
Absolutely.
The biggest problem is the police aren't even looking for anybody else. They consider the case solved.
And their theory as to why I would carry around her head? You're sick.
Look, George, my office has already spent about $20,000 on private investigators. I can't, in good conscience, ask my partners to spend any more. Do you have access to any money?
I've been in it for 2 months, Eleanor, with no income. I guess I could sell my car. I don't know what the value is.
All right, look, we have that motion to suppress the videotapes tomorrow, so...
Not that they're offering, but would you be at all open to a plea?
What kind of plea?
Manslaughter. Insanity.
No. I wouldn't be open to that.
Complete transcripts are expensive. I asked for complete, Lucy. The hearing is scheduled for this afternoon. Well, I can't listen without ears, which I won't have if you bite my head off.
What's going on?
I asked for all the trial transcripts. She only got pre-trial. It's pre-trial rulings we're appealing. I asked for them all. Chomp, chomp, munch, munch.
Lucy,
Bobby, do you know what Jimmy's case is about?
his cousin, wrongful termination?
Yes, but do you know the details?
No.
Yeah, he fired this
What's
worker.
the problem, Rebecca?
The problem.
It's a 2-day trial, tops.
His cousin fired this woman for being Iranian.
He's being sued. I gotta defend him. He's my cousin.
What's your defense?
A defense?
Yes. On the charge of wrongful termination, what's your defense going to be?
She's Iranian. It's a jury trial.
If those tapes come into evidence, the jury's going to be prejudiced, and that's exactly why he wants to use them.
Sexual disorders certainly may be relevant.
He has an adult video collection. That doesn't suggest a sexual disorder, and that's exactly the kind of leap he wants a jury to make.
Your client allegedly cut off a woman's head, Mr. Young. Are you afraid the jury will think less of him because of his film library?
The issue is whether he cut off that head. That film library is not relevant to that issue. It's only being introduced to suggest some depravity.
And it's that pattern of depravity that goes to the issue of whether or not this man has the capacity to behead somebody.
The tapes are inadmissible. What else?
Your Honor.
They're not coming in, counsel.
They won't let you out for the hearing.
I heard.
This is the supplemental memorandum I'm filing. Basically, we're going to argue Judge Hiller was wrong not to let us argue self-defense.
Okay, look. I had some of the lawyers at my firm read the brief. They thought it was well written, but ultimately unpersuasive.
Tell your lawyers to go to the hearing. There's a reason we have oral arguments.
Oh, I didn't mean to be critical. I meant thank you for fighting so hard with so little to fight with.
There's no reason we have to give up.
I had been promoted twice within the last year, and I was going to be promoted to manager this January.
So things were going well at work?
Very well.
And what happened?
Well, last March I was getting ready to leave on vacation, and almost in passing, a coworker asked me where I was going. I told him I was going home to see my parents, and he asked me where home was.
Where is home?
Iran. I was born there.
And then what?
Suddenly I seemed to be facing kind of a cold front in the office. About a month later, Mr. Martini came to me and said things weren't working out, and he let me go.
Your relationship with your coworkers, you felt kind of a cold front.
Yes.
In fact, you went to my client and complained about this, right?
Yes.
People were being insubordinate. Isn't that the word you used?
I believe so.
Affecting your ability to be a productive manager.
Yes.
Why did you come to America, Miss Beta?
I first came as an exchange student in high school. Then I stayed on for college. Now I live here.
As an American citizen?
No, on a visa.
Do you plan to become an American citizen?
Not really.
You like Iran?
Yes.
How do you feel about all the terrorism that...
Objection.
Sustained. Mr. Berluti, let's take care.
Miss Beta, you're a proud Iranian.
Yes.
You honor this flag.
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
I've told the police everything I know.
I understand. And Jay, we realize how hard this must be.
Please, don't insult my intelligence. You're the guy's lawyer, so...
The guy who killed your girlfriend is not George Vogelman. We think he was framed.
By who?
That we don't know.
One question that keeps coming up is, why would Susan be alone in a bar drinking? Why would she go to a motel with George Vogelman? By everybody's account, this is out of her character.
It is.
Her father getting cancer, do you think she could have been depressed about that?
Could be.
Could it be something else?
Jay, you seem like an honest guy. We've got an innocent man looking at conviction. Part of their case is the notion that Susan could never have gone off on some one-nighter. Can you think of anything that could possibly explain why she would?
Police said this wouldn't have to come out.
What?
I had been a little unfaithful to Susan. That afternoon, she caught me.
Do you think maybe to retaliate, she could have gone home from the bar with some guy? Is that possible?
Ms. Frutton, I have spent the last 2 months desperately trying to convince myself that that isn't possible.
You ought to go down there and peek in that courtroom.
Rebecca.
It's obscene. You want the Anti-Defamation League picketing our office?
It's a trial. Qualified immunity.
Well, that can't excuse it.
This office is getting way too hostile for me.
Why don't you just go and...
Come on, Bobby. We're late.
She was the manager, and her leadership ability was suffering.
Because she was Iranian.
I certainly don't agree with the bigotry, but I have a dry cleaners to run, and, well, it wasn't running so well.
What about calling a meeting, telling your employees that the bigotry won't be accepted?
It wasn't so much what people were doing, so much as what they were feeling, and I mean, I was powerless to control that.
And the feeling was anti-Iranian.
Anti-Iranian, anti-Arab, basically Middle East.
And you agree that this feeling was a form of prejudice?
Oh, of course.
But you tolerated it.
Well...
You fired her, Mr. Martini. We could say you ratified the bigotry.
Well, you could. But I had 18 workers come up and threaten to quit. My choice basically was either discharging your client or facing Chapter 11.
I see. And if Ms. Bader were black, and your workers threatened to quit because they didn't want to work with an African American, would you have fired her?
Probably not.
What's the difference?
Possibly none, but complaining about the color of a person's skin that's racism, which lies in hatred and ignorance. I mean, here I feel there was some patriotism involved, and I guess it wasn't quite as repulsive to me.
He willfully withheld evidence.
I did no such thing.
You have a duty to turn over all
Start
evidence.
with all
you
of
just
your
can't say...
I don't listen when two people talk.
They have an absolute duty to turn over all exculpatory evidence.
Material evidence. This...
Let him finish, please.
The boyfriend of the victim provided the prosecution with a reason that the victim may have gone to a bar and may have been predisposed to a one-night stand. He did not turn that information over to us.
Why not?
We didn't consider it either material or relevant.
What's the information?
She had caught him that very day with another woman.
Mr. Tisbury, the break you catch here is that this came out before trial.
Your Honor, that statement...
As of this second, I don't trust you. You're going into trial with a judge who doesn't trust you. So if you're going to make any more mistakes from this point on, I suggest you err to their side.
There was no willful attempt to withhold evidence.
Then how unfortunate that I don't believe you.
My position is that Judge Hiller erred when she denied our right to assert self-defense.
I see no such denial in the record.
If you read the transcript, she threatened us with a bad jury instruction if we went the route of self-defense.
It wasn't a ruling.
It was tantamount to a ruling. It had the effect of shutting us down.
Are you now suggesting that it was self-defense? Because that gives me a problem, counsel.
Which is?
At trial, you argued that the gun went off involuntarily. Your client testified to that. And now you're saying self-defense. Did your client commit perjury on the stand?
First of all, this hearing is about Judge Hiller's ruling, not my client's testimony.
So we should ignore the truth?
Secondly, defendants can assert alternative defenses. We could have argued A,
he shot him in self-defense, and B, it went off involuntarily. That's permissible. What this hearing is about is Judge Hiller denying us one of those defenses.
So basically you're saying had Judge Hiller not cut you off, self-defense would have been your theory?
Exactly. Are we all up to speed now?
Do you really mean to be snide with us, Miss Stoll?
Actually, yes. You wouldn't be asking these questions if you'd read my brief. I'm discouraged to realize you haven't. I hope you at least reprimand your clerks.
Let's just address your issue then.
She cut off self-defense because the victim wasn't posing an imminent threat. That was wrong. The threat to my client was both real and ongoing. Mr. Pearson was in fear of his life at the time he pulled the trigger.
The victim had no gun. My clerk did highlight that part.
In defining imminent, if you look at the cases, the courts basically come down to these questions. Was there any alternative? Could he have used less force? Could he have escaped? Could he have retreated? Could he have just held him at gunpoint until the police arrived?
In this situation, the answer seems to be yes to all of those options.
But the reality for all those options is that man would be back.
Perhaps, but as Judge Hiller noted, we weren't at that point when...
And to require him to wait till that point is unreasonable.
Are you asking us to rewrite the law?
No. Some states have recognized a kidnap exception. Basically, if a man kidnaps somebody and tells the victim he's going to kill them in a month, that victim doesn't have to wait a whole month until he's allowed to use deadly force.
True. But Mr. Pearson wasn't kidnapped.
In effect, he was. He was basically held captive. He'd gone to the police. They couldn't help. He got a restraining order from the court. It didn't help. The time was coming. And we're saying Anderson Pearson should have waited until the exact moment? Suppose Raymond Breyer came at night while they were sleeping.
There is no evidence of any direct threat to kill Mr. Pearson.
It was certainly implied. Yeah, I could argue it was direct with the cat-mouse exchange, and whether it was direct or not, Anderson Pearson had a reasonable belief that it was.
Well, it still seems like a reach to apply the
But
kidnap...
we're entitled to that reach. Before a jury. Judge Hiller shut it down. It's error.
Time magazine or Newsweek?
They went easier on Ricky Jewell. Listen to this. Hapless podiatrist whose social life consisted of pornography videos and women he met through the personals. I was one of them.
Except you kept your head about it. I've spoken to every one of his friends.
And?
They all use 3 words to describe him. Gentle, kind, loner.
He's in trouble.
The girl's father and brother have agreed to see me tomorrow. If they can't point us someplace, yeah, he's in trouble.
Did they rule? Tomorrow. It went well. It seemed to have their attention.
Great, let's get some dinner.
No, I'm gonna go back to the office, get on Westlaw. You know, there's a new case ruling like every 10 minutes.
Lindsay, take a break.
I'll take a break when it's over.
Is it ever going to be over?
I'll see you at home.
Hey. She's been up till 3 o'clock in the morning every night since the trial. It's like some quest.
Alan, she's close to him. You know she might win.
Oh, come on. Overturn Hiller.
You should have seen her.
You went to Mr. Martini and complained.
I did.
Threatened to quit even if she worked there.
Yes.
Because you didn't want to work side by side with a person of Iranian descent.
I don't have a problem with her as a person, but...
But what?
I'm not over the hostage thing. I admit it.
Mr. Harper, that was almost 20 years ago.
I really don't care. It all comes back. I see burning American flags. I see Khomeini. I get all pent up with anger.
But this woman wasn't in government. How...
The Iranian people cheered that government, and they never apologized. In our government, we just forgave them because they got oil. Well, I can't forgive them.
This woman was 9 years old during the hostage crisis.
Well, she's old enough now to make a judgment. And when she looks me in the eye and says, I'm proud to be an Iranian, I don't want to work side by side with her.
Did she ever engage in any political or religious discourse at work?
No. And I'm sure she personally has never blown up an embassy. But imagine, they're carrying signs that say death to the U.S., and here she is in our country suing for a job. Ask me, the turban must have been wrapped too tight.
Go ahead. That last remark was unnecessary.
You asked me to testify and tell my feelings.
Just the same, you basically stood up and declared yourself a bigot.
I am prejudiced on this, but I think this is a bigotry I'm entitled to.
You're not the person I thought I knew, Ron.
Sally, I know I'm blaming you for something that has nothing to do with you. That doesn't mean I'm above it.
All right. You're represented by counsel, Miss Beta. It's not appropriate for us to have communication.
Yes. We wouldn't want to be inappropriate, would we?
Excuse me 1 second. Miss Beta, listen. I hope you don't take it personal, things I say. I have to put on a defense.
You're saying I should be ashamed of my dissent, Mr. Berluti. It's difficult not to take it personally.
I'm the lawyer. I gotta...
You're a little too good.
Could I at least make you a cup of coffee?
No, really, I'm fine.
Really? I feel like I should at least... No.
Well, lawyers work this hard?
Big case. Call me.
I will.
Bye.
I'll see you.
Morning.
You slept with him on a second date?
I didn't really sleep with him. We fell asleep watching TV, which wouldn't have happened, by the way, if I didn't have to bring him in there to escape your command post. What is all this? Oral arguments are over.
This is on sentencing. Should we lose the appeal?
Part of me hopes you do lose. I'm a little afraid if you win, Lindsay, a new trial. Can you survive going through all this again?
The trial was easy. Losing it was hard.
I'm a little concerned about you.
I'm fine.
Withdraw.
What that woman said to me, I'm having a hard time shaking it.
You're about to start closing arguments.
I know. I'm just not sure it's in me. I don't want to let my cousin down, but...
Jimmy, if you came to me with this case at the beginning, I would have stopped you from taking it. It's offensive. It puts a bad light on you and the firm. But there's no way you can bail at closings. I mean, it's not even a question.
Yeah. I guess.
And Jimmy, don't phone it in.
The police discouraged us from talking to you. As I told your dad, I'm convinced they got the wrong guy. And if they do, that means that this thing was either a mission to frame George Vogelman or somebody was after your sister.
And as we told the police, we don't know of any such person who would want to harm her.
Her boyfriend, Jay? Did you ever see any predisposition with him and your sister?
Jay?
I'm grasping, Steve.
Jay's a sweet kid.
Did he ever show a temper? What if he had followed your sister, found her with George Vogelman?
Jay couldn't have done this.
Did your sister... Is it possible that your sister could have kept some part of her life secret?
Mr. Young, I feel I know my daughter pretty good. Truth is, I can't believe in a million years that she'd go to some motel with a guy she met in a bar. Which leads me to think that your guy had to have done it.
But, Mr. Robin, you couldn't believe she would even go to a bar alone. So it's possible that... Steve, help me out. Is there some other side to her?
If there was, I never saw it. The only...
What? The only what?
She did spend a lot of time on the internet, talking up people she didn't know.
Would you say that in court?
I don't know. I guess.
After careful review, we agree with Ms. Dole's position that self-defense should have been available to the defendant at trial. Whether the danger posed to Mr. Pearson was eminent enough to justify the use of excessive force, it's a question of fact, which should have been offered to the jury. We therefore rule that Judge Hiller's position was in error. However, it is not evident on the record that Judge Hiller actually ruled in this matter, thereby prohibiting self-defense. And if defense counsel's assertion is true, that her warning was in effect a ruling, then the proper procedure was interlocutory appeal, which was waived by proceeding to trial. The conviction of Anderson Pearson, therefore, stands. We're adjourned.
It's easy to hate Iranians, isn't it? And Arabs. They blow up airplanes, buildings. When that bomb went off in Oklahoma City, we all had the same knee-jerk reaction. Probably some Middle East terrorist. Let's admit it, we don't like these people. And I understand the sentiment. Many of us share Mr. Harper's frustration with the hostage crisis. That's an old but deep wound. But I take exception to his message that it's good old American patriotism to discriminate against anyone from the Middle East. That's not the country I know. America stands for tolerance. The United States rebelled against oppression, against prejudice. Or do we? Mr. Harper's statement, hey, she makes me angry because of Khomeini. That's like saying, hey, the Japanese stir up these Pearl Harbor memories. Let's get rid of them. We did that here once, remember? Rounded up all the Japanese, threw them in internment camps. Didn't matter they were U.S. citizens, didn't matter they were innocent. They were of Japanese descent. And this country, we're ashamed of that little piece of history. Well, here we go again. Because today's Cold War is against terrorism. And it's just so easy to hate the towel heads, isn't it?
She may have hooked up with some psycho from the internet. Maybe he was stalking her.
Even so.
What even so? Can't your guy start running that down?
Eleanor, again, off the record?
Sure.
This case is pretty hot copy. The police want to mark solved on the file. The DA's office wants to mark conviction. If anything turns up indicating it could have been somebody else, forget about getting a conviction. Your guy was last seen with her. He had her head. If George Vogelman didn't do it, he certainly represents reasonable doubt for whoever did.
What are you saying? They'd rather get a conviction than catch the right guy?
Not really, but their need for a conviction helps them to think they have the right guy.
Oh, that's great. What's the punchline, Helen?
They're not going to reopen the investigation.
When this trial started, I gotta admit, I was one of those people who sometimes have those thoughts. See some terrorist attack on the news, I'd say to hell with all of them. A lot of people in this country think the best thing about Iranians is that they kill Iraqis. But in Miss Beta, you saw a woman of dignity, integrity. And not that this is relevant, but having somebody like her as the mother of my children, I should be so lucky. But this isn't about her. It's about the actions of Peter Martini. Was his firing of her reasonable? Under normal times, no. But with what's going on today, yes. True, he could have said prejudice is prejudice and not fired her, in which case his staff might have quit and he'd be out of business. And as for the prejudice itself, sorry, but it's not the same as bigotry against blacks. This is different. There's a war going on here. Like Ms. Warden said, and the president said, terrorism is today's war. Somebody who didn't look like a killer put a bomb in the World Trade Center. We can expect more such attacks since we bombed Sudan. And I don't mean to suggest for 1 second that Ms. Beta is connected in any way to anything bad. But it is people's right to be afraid. Our government is telling us to be afraid. This war The battlefields are subways, buildings, airports, who knows where. And as the president said, the Republicans too. In our fight against fanaticism, innocent people will unfortunately be victims. I think the question you have to ask yourselves is this. If an Iranian or Arab came to you looking for work, would you hire him, knowing it would upset personnel? If you can answer that question with an easy yes, fine for the plaintiff. But if your answer is probably not, all I ask is that you go back there and be honest with yourselves.
Go home.
I would, but it cramps Helen's love life.
Lindsay. Go home.
And do what? Put my feet up, watch a movie while he sits in jail?
You've done everything you can. I was in the back of that appeals court. I've never seen a better performance by any lawyer anywhere. But it's over. You have to let go of it now.
Doesn't it bother you? And he's facing life imprisonment because of our screw-up.
He's facing prison because he shot and killed a man.
No, Bobby, it's because we blew it, especially you. You screwed up the most.
Me?
Yes, you. That ridiculous involuntary argument. It was stupid, and you know why we went with it? Because it was a brainstorm. You got all high off the idea like you always do over stunts. If it's novel, you want to try it, and because we did, a good man has lost his life.
Is that what you think?
Yes. And we screwed up by not appealing Judge Hiller's ruling. That's what cost us that appeal. It was malpractice. You know, the only upside is it gives us new grounds. What you see on this table is research on inadequate counsel. All the drug dealers I have put back out there, and him.
You gotta wait here all day?
They said they're close to a verdict. It's not like I have a job to go to.
Listen, what I said about your integrity and stuff, I meant that.
I know you did. And that stuff about it being reasonable to fear us, you meant that too, didn't you? The most discouraging part is that I can tell you're a really nice man.
Part of me hopes I lose.
Me too.
You want me to what?
Just what I said.
This is the judicial part of the process, counsel. I don't give orders to the police on how to investigate their case.
I'm asking you to order them to investigate, period.
We have.
You haven't. Had in a handbag, that's enough? You're afraid of investigating for fear it'll come between open and shut.
I'm offended by that, Eleanor.
What have you really done?
Everything. Forensics, DNA.
What about the poet? Did you go down that path?
The who?
There is a serial killer known as the Poet, Your Honor. One of our former clients was convicted of trying to copy him. He rapes and decapitates...
Different M.O.
Well,
than the...
maybe he mixed things up for spice this time.
We considered the Poet. Our investigation points to George Vogelman and George Vogelman alone.
We also have evidence that the victim had contacts with people on the internet.
Look, counsel, you're free to conduct your own investigation. You want time? I'll give it to you.
We don't have any money. They have an unlimited budget. My client is broke.
Well, I can't do anything about that, and I can't order them to keep looking if they're convinced they have the killer. If their thinking is suspect, we have the device to deal with that. We call it the trial.
Every criminal defendant has to rely on the integrity of the process. Not just me, not just you, but the police and the DA, too.
And we have nothing but your protests to suggest they haven't done their jobs. A shoddy investigation is a defense counsel's dream. If you think you've got one, take advantage.
It's not that simple.
Unfortunately, it is. That's all.
Your Honor.
That's all.
Basically, I want to make a list of every noble accomplishment, every act of charity, anybody you can think who can stand up for you at sentencing and be effective.
Okay.
I'm still working on the other appeal, so in the meantime, you know, there's a big difference between 18 years and life, so...
What's your feeling?
Hiller's tough. She's more likely to go maximum than minimum. You know, any awards you've received, you know, things like that. I want to know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We let you down.
No, you didn't, Lindsay. I let you down.
I'll be back on Friday for the list.
You okay?
Yeah.
Foreperson, you've reached your verdict.
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Bader versus Martini. On the count of wrongful termination, we find in favor of the defendant, Peter Martini.
Yes! Thank you, Jimmy.
Sure.
Quiet down, please. As a matter of law, I set aside the jury's verdict. I order the defendant to pay damages in the amount of $220,000. I'd hope you'd reach the right result. It would have saved us an appeal. Since you didn't, judgment is hereby entered for the plaintiff, notwithstanding the verdict. Let me note my disgust for the defendant on the record, for the defendant's attorney, and finally for the jury. Ms. Bader, please accept the apology of this court. Adjourned.
Ms. Bader. Ms. Bader. That part about me being a nice man, well, I am a nice man. And I know this might seem, well, once you get on that elevator, then I might never... Do you think you would like to have a cup of coffee with me sometime?
You're asking me out?
No, well, a little.
Under the circumstances, that's not something I can see myself doing.
Okay.
But I'm flattered.
We're better off than we were yesterday. The videotapes are out, and this internet thing gives us at least a crack. Mainly, though, it's gonna fall on you, George. You gotta take the stand and convince the jury that you never could have done this.
Okay.
Okay? I'll be in touch. Right? You hang in there.
Eleanor? Give me the odds.
We're gonna do everything we can, George. I'd be lying to you if I told you I think we were gonna win.
Hey.
Hey. Bobby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
Forget about it.
I've just been... I hate myself for crying.
I know. Look, this whole office is here for you. Whatever you need.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. You know that, right? What?
Nothing. I was just thinking... Sometimes I just...